Great, well, terrific, Bert, to have you with us. What better place to have this conversation than in George's
Fantastic.
Innovation Kitchen?
This
Fabulous.
is probably one of those places I've dreamt of being in. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. I'm very excited about it.
So let's turn to your business, to restaurants, to hospitality. We know that consumers, punters are always ahead of businesses in adopting new technologies.
Yep.
How hard is it to actually keep up with the pace of innovation there?
Well, it's a combination. I mean, look, from what I believe very strongly is that the consumer wants mobility and functionality. So they want it small frame, they want to be able to move quickly with it. And what happens in the hospitality industry is that we as innovators and service providers have to move quickly with the consumer and then offer solutions to the restaurant market.
Yep.
And the hospitality industry doesn't necessarily move as fast as the consumer, so our job as innovators is to push them along and give them the reasons to move forward. You get groups like these groups, they move quite quickly.
Yes.
Then the smaller venues, they take a little longer, but we have to work with them.
Great. I'm reflecting, even as a diner, you can see that there is a lot of innovation, whether it's wineless tablets, whether it's rate your service, coffee clubs, loyalty. What do you view as being that next wave of innovation that you'll see through hospitality?
Yeah, I'm sort of seeing an end-to-end solution. I think, these days people are using their mobile device to book planes and accommodation. They're also starting to use their mobile device to book their restaurants.
Yes.
But what's the nice thing is that if you take that end-to-end solution where they book the restaurant on their mobile device, they turn up, you have a nice compact device like the Blade,
Yeah.
where you can receive them, greet them, seat them, order their first drink, process them right through, show them their invoice, ask them if they're ready to pay, split the payment, tip. How easy can we make that transition, and how easy can we make it for the consumer that it's a no-brainer? Because too often, sometimes they look at these things and go, oh, this is really difficult. The solution that we've brought together in our partnership is actually a solution where the way they view it is a very logical user story.
Yes.
It's very simple for them.
Yes, great. And obviously we think a lot about disruption, digital disruption, e-commerce. We hear a lot of language around omnichannel. How do you think about that systemic trend coming through your industry?
I think in hospitality there's got to be a combination of what I call on the ground and in the cloud. I mean, there's a lot of buzzword about in the cloud, and there's a lot of buzzwords about BI or business intelligence. What I believe is there's components that need to stay on the ground because they need that stability, especially in the hospitality industry, but there's a lot of components that need to go to the cloud, so it gives you flexibility and mobility. But also, when you're actually looking at a product like what's being developed, is that you can actually also start to feed back and understand the consumer's trends and what's valuable, and that comes back to the business intelligence back into the venue. So it makes them smarter, and it makes them, or puts them in a position where they can recognise their consumers very easily.
Yes, great. One final question, if I may. We've concentrated on the good stuff, the opportunity. Where do you actually see some challenges where you think technology and innovation really need to step up and solve a need?
Cost. I think the cost of technology, because you can imagine that if a restaurant has put a big investment into a platform or hardware, the struggle these days is that they find they have this big investment in their platform, that if they then want to upgrade their platform, they're always a bit reticent to throw it out and start again. Yes. So they tend to move slower because of that capital investment. So if that can be brought down to a more amicable, wearable sort of situation, I think that'll move a lot faster.
Fantastic. I think the fridge has called time.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Okay. Thanks, Bert.